everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This will be taken about the 12. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. The numbers on the ground for Gurley last week. 16 carries, 110 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. On first down, it's Gurley. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Second down, 8. Now back to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
He'll look to throw. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell him everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And avoids the contact by sliding. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Gets past one man, and they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
First and goal. Defense with their backs against the wall. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. And now it's 2nd and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
That time, a 6-play drive. And it's finished off by a Todd Gurley touchdown run. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Now a handoff here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And let's look now at the offensive starters for the Cardinals.
David Johnson's play has forced us to talk about him as one of the premier running backs in the NFL. Good size, so he can run inside and break through some tackles. Also has excellent speed, so he can get to the perimeter, turn the corner, and make it into a big gain. But he also relies on the fact that he was a college wide receiver at one point, and they can utilize him both out of the backfield and in the slot back position in order to get downfield and catch the football.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. They'll look to throw. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. An extra DB added here for the Cards on 3rd.
Blitzer play coverage.
Back to throw here. Pressure comes and down he goes. Robert Kindici. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
A first scoring update now from Carolina. The Broncos have taken the early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. On is the punter Hecker as he gets this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
Second down following the incompletion.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And before they can run another play, the clock hits triple zeros. And time is up on the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football, and they've got it here with a first down. They're going to look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Again they run with Gurley. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Play action. They'll throw. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. It's Gurley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll run it here with Brown. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
He'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Rams have taken the lead. He's having a nice little game. Maybe already has an eye on that 3rd touchdown.
And how about what our producer, Christian McLeod, likes to say when they've scored touchdowns like this? He's put a tent up in Touchdown City.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This is taken near the 13. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from the desert after this. Coming up at halftime, remember, we'll get you out to Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of this first half. That is, of course, unless you decide to skip him.
And for the record, we do not encourage that.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. And our attention shifts to Todd Gurley. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage. And, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. To throw now on first down. And some room to roam now. Finding some room at midfield. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 41 yards. First down, he'll drop to throw it. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
You know, every time we talk with people about the most important quality for a quarterback to have in the NFL, what do they usually cite?
Arm strength.
Yeah, that's really way down on the list. Accuracy is one of the bigger ones, maybe the foremost one. That's what he needed on that play.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. It's their quarterback. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Rams add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
And he's got it up and through. Zerline out now to kick this one away. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. But Charles, it's the 2nd quarter. Your team's losing. You're not playing well as the quarterback, but like I said, it's the 2nd quarter, so how worried right now are you?
You're concerned, but you're not panicked, because you know there's still an opportunity. No one's excited about his stat line right now. 1 touchdown pass, okay, that's cool. He's throwing an interception as well. Can he eliminate the mistakes and keep making the positive plays, the good plays? That's what they're looking for from him.
Time to find out if he can do just that. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this 1st half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 17. Looking to throw. And he comes back with 1 complete. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. They'll throw now on the final play. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. So the defense has to stay out and get 1 more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this 1st half. So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break. As we send you on to Orlando, we hook back up with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the 1st half. The Cardinals trail at home at halftime. The Rams have come in and looked good as the road team, and will just keep trying to play hard and maintain the lead going forward. All right, let's do this. Here's the 1st half highlights. Offense on the field now after the fumble. Gurley's going to take it off the right side, and this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown. The Rams is up now by 7. Cardinals on 2nd and 7. Chung's able to make the catch in traffic, and he caps off the 7-play drive with a score. Rams have it up to 7. We're tying back up at 7. On the carry, off goes Todd Gurley, and he capped off the long drive with a touchdown. Rams have it at the 2. He stays up the middle on the run, and he caps off the 6-play drive with a score. As they go out in front, 14-7.
All right, Larry, these two teams back out there as we get set and ready for this 2nd half. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down. He'll drop to throw. Room here to run. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. To throw now on first down. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
On third down. That's Lee. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
Partner, when you're not able to run the ball successfully, it really messes everything up for an offense because no longer are you setting the tone and dictating the game. If you do want to throw the ball, play action's kind of gone out the window because they don't respect the run. And last but not least, you don't get to dictate it all when you want to throw the football, and that really hurts you as an offense.
Elsewhere, they have gone to the second half in Carolina. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Robert in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
The Rams on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. They'll set up a throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Here's Johnny Hecker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Elsewhere around the NFL, they're in the 3rd quarter in Carson. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Let's go. Green.
Back to throw. Cruz has it over the middle. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 6 yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down.
Here we go now.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
Here's Andy Lee now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, That was all the defense. They made it happen.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And Gurley fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now back to throw. He finds some open field here. And he slides to avoid the hit. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And some space here. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be a 2nd down. And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2. And the play clock's running down. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll set up to throw. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Robert Kimdichie getting him once again. His 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the 4th quarter. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And the Rams now coming out on the field. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
This one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
And snapped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. The offense on 3rd down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and goal.
Here we go.
Yeah, they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
Now it's Zerline to try the Ram field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. And Zerline's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. On the NFL scoreboard there in the 4th quarter in Philadelphia. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win, if they can get it, would be their 1st on the year. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
So we've got a 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw here. Over the middle, complete. It's Cruz. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
Green 39. Green 39.
They're going to look to throw. He's got the hook up to Lee. And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Green
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective third down play to move the chains. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. They'll drop to throw. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Cardinals on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10. And that's incomplete. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Here we go. Blue line.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. Though being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the 4th now in Carson. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to them. 11 yards and a 1st down.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cruz. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. A gain of 6 there on first. Four yards remaining now on second down.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll look to throw here. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Cardinals on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Hurry up. Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. It's been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route, throw it all out if you don't catch the ball.
Been that kind of game throwing the football so far. Nothing going right offensively. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Incomplete. The Cardinals on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go. Blue 90.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Over the middle, complete. That's Lambert. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Offense in a good spot here, 2nd and 2.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Now a handoff for Gurley. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it, rest of the game. And it does get in your mind a little bit, and sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tackles.
And the defenders know it too. They sniff that out, don't they?
Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know what the rule is. First guy hold up the runner, everyone else try and get there and strip the ball free.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Los Angeles, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long, everybody.